to have a humor session now. Yeah, I mean, we heard you, we want you to enjoy this session. So let's have a humor session which will be done by Advanced Communicator Bronze, Advanced Leader Bronze, Seki Ng. Ladies and gentlemen, what is boring to you?
Life.
Life. What is an activity that is in life that's boring to you?
Work.
Work. What else?
Repetitive stuff.
Repetitive stuff. I'm going to tell you a story of how I got into doing something boring because I was bored. That boring thing is called fishing. Now, ladies and gentlemen, when I was studying in Australia, I was doing my postgraduate studies and we had too much time. I only had one class a week and that class is only for 2 hours. So apart from doing my coursework, which would normally allow me to kill off 6 hours in that week, the rest of the week was basically sitting there doing nothing. So I thought for a while, and I thought, what could be more boring than just sitting there and doing nothing? Well, you sit there, do nothing, throw something into the water and hope that the fish will bite. Now that was what I did. So I went fishing out of boredom. Alright? And the first time I went, I started to look into the gear. I like to research and I look at all those things. And I said, oh, how much is this rod? And then they told me, oh, this is $20 for a not so good one. If you want the really good ones, they are like $100 over. And this is Australian dollars we're talking about. So when you convert it to ringgit, it was already 3.0 at that point in time. So it's still painful to me. But out of boredom, I had to spend the money. So I spent the money, I got a really good rod, and I went to catch my first fish. We went down to the pontoon. For those of you who do not know, it's actually a bridge leading onto a floating device that you stand there wobbling around, feeling really safe, even when the thunderstorm is coming, and we threw our bait into the sea. River mouth for that matter. And we would wait. And we would wait. And for a moment I was looking at my friend, I was bantering him and like, it's getting late. We're not getting any bites. Then he asked me, did you put any chicken on the bait or not? Then I thought for myself, I thought you just put the hook in there. But no, he told me that last minute. So never mind, we went home empty-handed. And this time round, we went to get really good bait, chicken, squid, and we started to hook them up and hope that a big fish will come and bite. So we went to the same pontoon, and this time it wasn't raining, so it was more stable, and we threw in. And we started to wait. And we waited, and suddenly, my friend's rod started to twitch. So in all his excitement, he ran up to his rod and he started to pull. And he started to reel. And he pulled and he reeled and he said, I've got a really big one. And then as it turns out, his hook just got caught with seaweed. He brought home something that was not a fish. A living thing nonetheless, but it was green. So we decided to throw it back into the water because we are environmentally friendly. And we went home. Now this time we went to the angler shop and we said like, guys, we need to find a fishing rod that could carry the big one home. And so the angler said, oh, money minded, right? He went up to us and said, let me introduce to you the best that we have. And it costed us $300, including the reel and the bait and everything, the best of the best. And this time we said, we're not going to just stay in the pontoon. We want to catch the big one, we have to go out into the deep end of the sea. So we hired a motorboat, we rented one, we sat in there and we went out. And we went out and from the far end we saw the pontoon becoming smaller and smaller, and until it was just a dot. And we said, okay, we're going to be okay. We have a compass, we have a boat filled up, and we can still see the pontoon at the back. Let's go. And we waited. Half an hour later, nothing big. Another half an hour went by. We took it up and we recasted it. Because we thought maybe the bait has gone off area, but the bait was still there, so we recasted. But this time round, within 10 minutes, we started to pull. And this time, it was something that was moving really rigorously because the reel kept going on. And we started to reel, and we fought that giant beast for a good 15 minutes. And then we started to pull up, we saw something big, and it was coming up, it was this wide. And finally, when we pulled it up, we were so happy. It was as tall as I was. It was a stingray. As tall as I was, and it was flapping in that little motorboat that we hired and rented. We felt so safe. Okay, to the point when we finally got up and it finally gave in to it due to its tiredness and all. We actually counted. The whole thing lasted about 2 hours fighting it. When we finally got it up, we looked around and he said, "We got it, brother! We have the stingray! Dinner is going to be served!" But my friend said, "Dude, look behind you." Why? Where's the pontoon? We were fighting so hard that we forgot that instead of having the ride of our lives reeling in that stingray gave us the ride into nowhere. We were lost, and my friend and I thought we had a compass. No problem, we can go back to where we came from. Did you remember which direction we went? No. So we went round and round. Really, it was a bit scary because it was already getting dark. But as we go along, we saw finally a flicker of light. And then we knew, that's land. Let's move over to that side. And from there, we actually went all the way back to our pontoon. And guess how long we had to actually ride along the bank? 3 hours. Riding along the bank just to get back to the original pontoon that we left. Well, it was a great experience nonetheless. But if you think about it, be prepared. Lead a life that you know where you're heading, and not just chase after the dream without preparing for it. I nearly got lost with my friend, and for a good moment I thought that we were going to have stingray sashimi for the next 1 week until we found land again. But God was good to us. He led us back to that pontoon. We debarked, and then we thought for a while, well, the stingray did give us a ride of our lives. Let's give it his ride. We chopped it up and we gave it to all our friends, and we all had a great dinner after that.
I have yet to see that big stingray. Alright, so now it's a time